going on YouTube? I am Zach and I am back again with another video. I need you all to take a seat as we jump into some more To Catch a Predator with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Chris Hansen. Guys, I'm going to be watching The Curious Predator. That's what this episode is titled on this YouTube channel. I don't know exactly if that's the official title, but The Curious Predator. I don't know if I've seen this one before. I don't know how many of these I've actually seen before. But we're going to jump into it. Guys, if you want me to do full episodes, let me know. I'm just doing it this way because I'm not sure how well received this is going to be. And so I want to kind of get an idea. If you want me to do full episodes, please just let me know in the comments. But I'm not going to take up any more of y'all's wonderful time.
He walks in and he makes himself right at home. I mean, he basically acts as if he were showing up at an old friend's house.
Well, I want to take a shower and look pretty and everything.
I don't know. We clearly have the element of surprise. I mean, these guys sometimes don't know whether to think I'm the mad dad who came in unexpectedly, the police, or an investigative reporter. And so their mind is whirling away trying to figure out how they're going to deal with this situation. And sometimes they just decide they're going to, act like they did nothing wrong.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and he hit it a little bit there. It is wild to me that you can walk into another person's house, regardless of the age of the person. You can just walk into their house without seeing them first. Could you imagine meeting up with someone that you've never met before in your life, and they don't meet you outside? They don't meet you at the door. They just let you walk freely into their home without seeing their face. Just like, yeah, come on in. Like, that is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. If you're that type of person that can just walk into a person that you just met online, if you're going out on a Tinder date or something, and you can just walk into someone's house without laying eyes on them first, you are braver than I. You are more trusting of the world than I am. That is crazy.
Would you come on over here and have a seat, please?
Jeez. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
Good, sit down. What's going on?
I'm just meeting a friend that I met on the internet.
Really? Alan did not miss a beat.
I like that his screen name is Trying to Be Normal. Trying to be normal. He's clearly doing a very bad job at being normal.
It was almost as if when I walked in, I was somebody he had met before. No admission at all that this was a bad situation, that what he was doing here constituted a felony. He was here to have a date with a 13-year-old, and yet now he's going to be my best friend. And who's your friend who you met on the internet?
Sam.
Sam?
Yes.
And Sam is who?
Person I met off the internet.
Man, woman?
Oh, it's a girl.
It's a girl.
I don't know how old. That's why I'm here. I'm just curious.
They can say they're curious, and I'm sure they are curious. But when you go back and read the chat log, it's not hard to see that they were more than curious. They were there to actually have a sexual liaison.
I gotta get the TCAP bingo card, and see how often we can hit a full bingo, because it's always the same thing. I didn't know their age. They didn't say it. I was just curious. I wasn't going to do anything. I was going to tell them that this was a bad idea. I wanted to turn around. I asked myself, why am I doing this? It's just a friend. They said they were 18. Like there's so many things that are so common. They're so common. And it's wild that though these people don't know each other, all these men don't know each other, but they all hit the exact same points, almost as if all of their brains work in the exact same way.
It was curiosity absolutely curiosity that got me.
And what's your name?
Dan.
Dan. And what's your last name, Dan?
Alan.
Alan. We knew that there was a conviction in his past. It had to do with a domestic incident, stalking. You know, he had gotten in trouble for that. So, you know, here he is, some years later, apparently willing to commit another crime. How old are you, Dan?
47.
47.
But, you know...
And you say, just wait one second, and you say, wow, 13, am I too old? Nah, am I too young? I hate to say this, but you're not. Why do you hate to say that? Because it's like I'm some old pervert, but girls your age are so much more fun.
I have conversations like this with people that turn out to be guys more than half the time.
I have conversations like this with people who turn out to be guys. People who turn out to be. That is the key word. People who turn out to be, which means the intention was to have conversations like this with young girls, but they just turn out to be guys sometimes. Like I do this all the time. This is just what I do, homie. Like, come on, bro.
You know, or they turn out to be very nice women, and that's basically how it goes out there. You know what I mean?
But if somebody tells you they're a 13-year-old girl, don't you see something inappropriate about that?
Maybe so, but I had my big doubts that she was 13.
But if somebody says they're 13, maybe you should just stay away.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely.
Right? I mean, why take the chance?
Like I say,
this guy's an absolute idiot. He's just a silly dum-dum. He's just a dummy poo-poo head. Like, he is so silly. I had my doubts that she was 13. I wasn't sure. It's like the most non-denial thing ever. I doubted she was 13. And he sounds disappointed, right? Like, man, I doubted she was 13. I really wanted her to be, but she wasn't. You know, like, it's just, he's not even, usually this guy's an anomaly. This guy's an anomaly. He is not really defending himself at all. He's not saying he doesn't like little girls or anything. He's all he's saying is, I thought this could be wrong in the sense of it wasn't going to be the person that I was wanting it to be, but I did want it to be that person. Man.
A couple past experiences show that they're never 13. You know.
So you visited people online. You visited people who you met online who said they were 13 before?
Well, yeah, 13 or 15.
So it's not the first time you've done this?
Well,
I can't do it. This guy's wild. 13 and he's like, he wanted to say 14, but he's like, man, 14 doesn't sound too good. I gotta make it sound like it's not as bad. What's not as bad as 13 or 14? 15, yeah, maybe 15. You know, a nice adult 15. He is a dummy poo poo head. I'm telling you, he is so silly. What a silly Billy.
No, wait a minute. I've never met a 13-year-old girl from offline.
But what I'm saying is, did you ever go meet somebody who said they were 13 online?
No, not 13. 16 in my area, and it was a guy that was, I don't know, mid-20s, you know, who had a big laugh on me. That's why I was just very curious.
There were a few moments when I was talking to Dan Allen where I thought, you know, based upon the look in his eye, that this could go a couple different ways. One of them, not so good.
Boy, I wish I could just run home with my tail between my legs, and I feel like apologizing, but I mean, like, it's cyber. Who do I apologize to? And I don't know. I feel sick.
Well, I am not the police. But I am Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators. He knows that he's in a bad situation once the camera guys come out. And so he's not going to try to be my pal anymore. He's mad.
Well, I'll shove that camera down his throat.
I don't think you're going to want to do that.
Why is that?
I don't think you'll want to do it. Now, we can't keep you here. If you want to say anything else to us, We'd love to hear it. You're free to leave, obviously, if you want to go. Had he decided to pursue the more aggressive route, and had he gotten physical, I mean, you know, we had security there, and security people would have stepped in to prevent that from happening.
Okay, but can I talk to you outside?
You can say whatever you want to say.
Well, I mean, I obviously want to say something off camera.
Well, I can't have the cameras turned off at this point.
Well, then I'd like to say that pretty much I think you have it all wrong. But your point's well taken.
If you want to follow up, my email's on here, my phone number's on there. You can call me, talk to me if you want to follow up.
Hi, guys. Pretty weird.
He said pretty weird. He said pretty weird. This 47-year-old man went to meet a 13-year-old, got to the house, was beckoned inside by a faraway voice, and without seeing their face, walked willy-nilly into the house of what he deemed to be a child after sexually charged conversations on the internet. And this is the weird thing for him. This was the pretty weird. I mean, okay.
Cut.
I know that what he wants to do is get me outside off camera and try to convince me that he shouldn't be a part of our investigation. And that's just not an option. And so it sounds weird, but I'm trying to be, you know, polite and decent with the guy, but yet at the same time suggest that, okay, it's time to go. Well, they're going to stay on. I mean, you're free to leave at any time. I mean, I'm not going to try and keep you here. You know, if you have anything else you'd like to say, fine.
No, you're just doing a story, and you know, I've got caught up in it, is what you're saying. But it's probably a very good story.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Nope.
Free to go. Why don't you come on out the front if you want? Sure. Yeah. I think sometimes these guys are trying to figure out, you know, how they're going to leave. You know, if they go out a different door, they're better off doing that. Most of these guys are not hardened criminals who are going to try and run from police. Once they see that they're going to be arrested, that a number of deputies or officers are there, they pretty much cooperate.
Pled guilty and was sentenced to 3 years in state prison. This guy may be one of the dumbest people I've ever witnessed speak, and he's 47, which means he's walked 47 years of life being this dummy dumb. And you know he didn't wait 47 years to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part. You know this man's been a menace to society up until this point. He admitted openly to talking to multiple people under the age. It's wild. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed that video, then leave a like. I really appreciate the likes. It really does help me. Also, subscribe if you want to see more. And if you want me to do longer videos, full investigations, then let me know. I can do that too. I don't mind. And I hope to see you on the next one. Take care. Have a good day.